The eclipse season kicks off with more Mars and Uranus action and the Sun and Moon pumped by asteroid goddess power, poised in a T-square. It's a Taurus Full Moon at 2714 degrees with a call for practical solutions on big topics. The ground is shaking, ready for change. Eclipses coincide with shifts in the balance of power, especially in the locations on its path. In this case, North America, East Russia, and the whole of the Pacific Ocean. The Sun and Moon are opposite each other, and the Earth is orbited in between them, casting a shadow over the Moon. It's a metaphoric statement about timing that indicates a turning point or initiation, with a glimpse into both the past and the future. History repeats itself, but eclipses can change the way we look at things and set a new direction. The Taurus Moon is joined by Sedna, plumbing the primordial depth of creation and dawn of new evolution. Painful experiences from the past, even the ancestral past, might resurface over this moon phase, with an opening to heal and transcend beyond the baseline victim-persecutor bind. Native title, climate change, and the effect of rising sea levels on Pacific islands fits the bill. One image I have of this is the fleet of ships dragging thousands of tons of plastic rubbish out of the Pacific Ocean. Like in the Sedna myth, Sedna, the ocean, is calmed by having the tangles and seaweed brushed out of her hair. Sedna takes 11,500 years to complete a cycle. In that time, she visits the furthest outskirts of the universe, but now she's a mere 50 years from her closest brush with Earth. That means this 50 years is crucial to how we heed her influence. She rules weather events, consciousness awakening, sea creatures, and oceans. The last time she was this close to Earth was the dawn of the Neolithic Age, when we moved from caves and organised agriculture and a steady food supply by farming and domesticating animals. Sedna's arrival says that we're closing that cycle and beginning a new form. Opposite in Scorpio, the Sun is linked with the asteroid goddess Vesta, in a symbol of piercing, pure light in the darkness. Vesta is the goddess of the hearth, the ritual fire that can cleanse and purify. Her role is to bring your home to wholeness, with a focus on sexual healing and sacred space. Her influence extends throughout the Me Too movement, consent issues, sex trafficking, sacred service, and celibacy. With the Scorpio Sun, Vesta could expose a ton of dirty secrets, corruption, and shameful cover-ups during this moon phase. Anywhere that's been all talk and no action gets a light shone in its face. Jupiter in Aquarius is square the Sun and Moon, activating a T-square. This means justice is an issue, but not a guarantee. Jupiter in this position can create a distraction, blow hot air, or apply pressure through covert means. Mercury is plugged into Neptune in Pisces, doubling up on the theme of magical thinking, but also giving a voice to victims. If someone is trying to bamboozle you, talking big and sweeping you up in their energy, you'll need to wind it back and trust your instincts. If it feels overblown, it probably is. Although the moon is in Taurus, the nodes are in Gemini and Sagittarius, and Jupiter is at the midpoint of the eclipse axis. This puts a choice on the table, and it's drawing attention to the way beliefs have separated from truth and faith has separated from hope. The North Node is in Gemini, and the eclipse hooks it up with the full moon in Sedna, turning attention to the way we think, communicate, and find solutions about the earth, our possessions, our work, our material comforts. Climate action and the pandemic response are two obvious areas. Sedna is multidimensional, transcending victimhood into new forms of life. But she needs to let go of all the old stories and false structures to create the leap in consciousness. Collectively, this is what needs developing. The South Node is in Sagittarius, and it's been blowing up belief systems, social media, and the spread of information since May 2020. The eclipse lands next to the Scorpio Sun and Vesta, representing a purge in that area. Jupiter is the ruler of Sag, and it's putting the brakes on our current path to call for a level of accountability. The underbelly of Sagittarius is arrogance, dogma, limited beliefs, and fanaticism, and now we're seeing its shadow, filtered through the scrutiny of Scorpio Sun. Truth and hope have been in short supply, but the eclipse is clearing a patch to point us what needs to be recognised. Pluto's joining in from Capricorn, helping out with the purging, the sifting, and the letting go part. The timing is right to close a door on something that doesn't seem to offer the security it once did. The new moon 2 weeks ago fell in the middle of the annual UN Climate Change Summit. Our Prime Minister couldn't get his party in line and nearly didn't go to represent Australia. The Queen basically called him out in a royal first, asking politicians to step up and become leaders of state. The French president called him a liar, Joe Biden called him clumsy, Malcolm Turnbull says he lies all the time, and the Chinese are making memes about him. As the French ambassador said, the message is, don't trust Australia. If we take a peek at Scott Morrison's birth chart, oh no, Uranus, who is the king disruptor last moon, sits on his Venus. That means breakups. The love affair is over. This is a rough ride. North Node on his Mars. This was his moment on the big stage. But it was all transferred through Mars and he came off looking like a dumb bully. Neptune is transiting opposite his Pluto. This is not good for success. It's awful. It shows manipulation and a dissolving of power. And last moon's Lilith and Ceres conjunction, which was a signature of COP26 and climate activism, was on Scott Morrison's Gemini Mercury. And with lightning speed, he swung into an epic PR pivot about committing to a green future. Wow, that's a bad chart. Uranus isn't finished yet, and it won't be done disrupting until its final square with Saturn on December 23 this year. This moon, it's directly opposite Scorpio Mars, and this is confrontational radical action. Perhaps with something of that sexual energy Vesta's overlaying on this eclipse. Venus is in Capricorn, trying to make nice, but she also might be showing the price of love and the love of power, and a test to your self-respect. It's important to act with integrity and honour. A female friend or colleague could help you out right now, or a new title or contract could be offered. Resist the urge for controversy and aggression, and negotiate your requirements with a softer approach. What's the good news? If you've been waiting for change, it's confirmed over the next 2 weeks. If you've been unpacking your own victim stories into wisdom and self-empowerment, it's there. If you've been wanting to make a difference, now you have a focus and the ignition to take action. Also, both Uranus and eclipses seem to have an impact on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, so expect some drama in the realm of speculation. We're still getting through the crunchy bit, but this eclipse season is bringing some light and a search party for truth and hope. I'm Merryl Key, and this is my mystery school. Support my channel and like, follow, share and subscribe. If you'd like to know more, go to my website www.merrylkey.com. Blessed be.